maybe you can volunteer to pray for us. I see a Gregory who has his hand up. Maybe he can pray for us. Gregory, please pray for us. Sorry, I'm told this KSG chaplain. Reverend, are you here? Reverend? Reverend?
Good afternoon, Bwana Ochuka.
Yes.
I think the Reverend will join in at 2:30. For now, you're just handling the LMS induction. But I want to take this opportunity to welcome the participants on board. As we settle in, Mr. Ochuka is ensuring that all the campuses are settled, and then there will be a presentation from our e-learning technology institute on LMS induction, and then thereafter we'll get into the official opening. Thank you, Bwana Ochuka. So you can proceed to mobilize them. Yeah, the chaplain will get in at 2:30. Thank you.
Okay. So allow me to welcome the teams that are represented here. One, Team Baringo, we have SLDP 518 from Baringo. We have SLDP 517 from Embu. We have SLDP 520 from Matuga. I wish you were able to type, then I would be able to tell who is already on board. We have SLDP 516 from Nairobi. And then finally, we have SLDP 514 from Mombasa. So I just needed you to type your name and the SLDP you present. Now, having said that, I want to hand this meeting over to team from ELT. Timothy?
Good afternoon. CS Ochuka, good afternoon. Management, distinguished participants. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the SLDP online across campuses. Name is Kisinga Timothy. I will be supporting the technical aspects of the training, and have a team of very able technical support who will be in your WhatsApp groups or providing support whenever you need it. Allow me to welcome my colleague Yvonne Iguku, who will be sharing her screen and taking us through the LMS. We call it the LMS, the Learning Management System, to enable us to orient ourselves with what is required of us. Thank you so much. Karibuni tena. Yvonne, over to you.
Thank you, Timothy. Thank you, CS Ochuka, and Senior Management, Kenya School of Government, and all participants. Good afternoon. This is Yvonne Iguku, and I will be taking you through the Learning Management System, which is the LMS. Timothy, you can see my screen?
Yes, I can confirm we can see the screen.
Okay, thank you. We have quite a good number of us who have already created accounts, and they've also enroll to the various courses that were mentioned. However, for the purpose of those who've not created accounts or not even interacted with this learning management system, this is the URL that we'll be using. Kindly note there's a difference between the learning management system and the Kenya School of Government website. For you to access your material for these courses, elearning.ksg.ac.ke is the platform or the URL that you will be using to access the same. Website is Kenya School of Government, www.ksg.ac.ke, but for learning purposes, this is where you'll do all your coursework. Now, if you've not created an account for this class or previously with us, the first thing that you're expected is to create a new account. The same way you do on other portals or even websites, it's the same process. Note this is the one-off creation of account. And once you've created the account, what you normally do after that is just logging in. You're required to provide a username or set a username. If possible, use your official names. Also note that for the username, you cannot use capital letters, so everything has to be in small letters. In case you want to use your two names, name A and name B, these two either have to be together, combined into one full name, or if you still want them in separate, what you do is that you either use a full stop or an underscore or a dash to do the same. Once you've created your username, you set a password that you will remember throughout your learning process. Also, the password has its own rules, and they're all listed here. It has to have characters, it has to have uppercase, digits, special characters, etc. Then you provide an email address, and this email address has to be an email address that you have access to currently. This is because once you create this account, there's a confirmation email address that is sent to that email that you provide over here. So if you give us an account that you have no access to, that email is going to sit there and you'll never be able to confirm your account. Then you provide your official first name, your last name, you tell us the city you're from, your country, you give us your gender, and you fill in all the required information under this section. Once you're done, you also are required to select which course you're doing. And in this case, it's senior leadership, SLDP course. And then you need to confirm that you're not a robot by clicking on this box. Sometimes it just allows you to bypass it, or sometimes it's going to provide images asking you to select all the images with a certain character or a certain element in the image. You do that and then you click create my new account. Once you've completed that, remember the email address you provided up here. You're going to log into that email and confirm with a notification that is going to be sent to you. In an instance where you do all that and you do not receive an email, kindly just post on your WhatsApp group or reach out either to the technical team or the course coordinator for assistance on the same. Now, happily, we've all created accounts and now we want to start our learning journey. So what we'll do now, we're just going to go again back to the elearning.ksg.ac.ke, but this time you're not signing up, you're just going to be logging in. In my case, you provide the username you set and the password, then you click login. Now my side is a bit different, but once you log in, you're going to have categories, you'll have dashboard, and you're also going to have this section called My Courses. For the first time, if you've not enrolled, your courses will be reading that you have 0 enroll calls. But in case you had done another course with us on the LMS again, you'll probably find that your SMC course is still there and you have 1 course. You click on categories. You go to executive leadership programs. And in this case, if you're doing with the lower Kabete, we have, I know 516, we have 517, all those. Now, what I normally encourage us is that If you look at these, we have BA standing for Baringo, then SLDP, the number, and maybe the cohort. Instead of typing this entire thing, as long as you have the number to your course, you just type the number. Let's say it's 516 for Lower Kabete. You click, you type 516, and then you just click on enter on your machine. Then these are the two options. I'm sure you know if you're in cohort A or you're in cohort B. Now, for my case, I can view course, and for most of you who have enrolled, you're also able to see view course. But if you've not enrolled, you're going to see a view course, and then once you click on it, it asks you to key in an enrollment code that is provided for you on the various WhatsApp groups that you are in. Now, what differentiates cohort A and cohort B is that enrollment code. So if you're in cohort A, WhatsApp group, you've been given enrollment code, please do not share with your colleagues who are in cohort B, because they'll end up undertaking cohort A instead of cohort B. So please stick to your cohorts and use the enrollment key that is provided for that cohort. Once you're successful with that, now you officially start your learning journey. Now for SLDP, I like to look at it in, it's categorized into 5 categories. The first bit is the welcome, where we're welcoming you to this course, and also we're also asking you to give us your details. You provide your official details, and there's a pre-course assessment that you fill in. Then we have the second part where we have the how to do videos. These are just the videos that will help you throughout the learning process. In case you forget how to undertake an assessment, we have pre-recorded videos to guide you on that. Then we have the learning bit, which is the modules. These are the learning materials where we have notes, we have quizzes, which are the self-assessments, we have discussion forums, we have parking lot, and we also have what we call reflection journal. Once you're done with that, we have a section called workplace assignment, which is a position paper and a policy brief. Then towards the end of the course, we have an end of course evaluation and also an action plan. Now to begin, on the introduction or the welcome part of it, what is required of you? We require you to provide your official details. Then we also require you, this is where we have the timetable. We also have the course coordinator's welcome message, and we have a brief overview of what this SLDP course consists of, or what is expected of you. Once you're done with that, we also have the online readiness assessment. We want to gauge where you're at as you start this course, and towards the end, we're going to do the end of course evaluation to also see where you're at once you're done with the course. Then we have the 2 how-to videos. How do you attend a live session like what we're having? How do you undertake self-assessment questions? How do you answer parking lot and discussion forum questions, etc., etc. Once you've completed that section, which is mandatory, we move now to the learning bit of it. The learning part of it is divided into modules, and each module has units, and within those units, we have topics. We also have self-assessments within the units and within the modules. Per module or per module unit, we have a discussion forum, and then we have a parking lot. Now, for each module to open, you have to achieve certain conditions or criteria have to be met. In this case, one of the criteria usually is the date that is set. For our case here, we have this module is only going to open on or after 26th of January. We also have certain activities that we require you to have completed before you start module 1. In this case, it's clearly indicated you have to do the official details, the leadership competence assessment, and the online readiness assessment. Remember, those are some of the things I spoke about when we were talking about the introduction bit of these. If you move to module 1, unit 2, the date changes, and the activities also are going to change. In this case, all the activities under module 1, unit 1 have to have been completed before you move to module 1, unit 2. And also it opens at a certain date. This is to ensure that we all move together and we're looking at quality over quantity. So that we can all learn from each other. Now, under each module, remember we talked about the notes. These are the notes in PDF form. Once you click on them, normally they should download and you can read offline, then come back and do the self-assessment. Then we have self-assessment, which are multiple answered questions. So you have select from this list, true and false, drag and match, drag and drop, etc. Once you complete a self-assessment, you normally get your grade immediately, and you can always go back and redo the same to get the best marks from the same. Then we have what we call the discussion forum. This is a lengthier question. While for the quizzes, you have choices to choose from. For the discussion forum, we want you to type your answers. For this discussion forum, if you click on completion, what is required of you for you to have completed the discussion forum? What does the system or what must you do as the participant? You have to make forum 3 posts. What that means is, under this discussion forum, you're going to have a question asked by the coordinator or the facilitator of the module. Sometimes it's 1 question, it can be 2, it can be 3. In this case, we only have 1 question, yet they require us to make 3 posts for it to be complete. So if you click on this transition from manager, the first post is the answer that you give to this main question. How do you do it? You go through the question, then you click on reply, and you give your response.
Yvonne,
Until you give,
sorry,
yes?
sorry, Yvonne. Thank you for that. I just want to request some requests coming on the chat. Is that you're a bit fast. If you can kindly just take us a bit slowly. I think some of our participants are trying to take notes or to be able to capture what you're doing. Kindly just adhere to that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, I don't know where to, let's just start from the modules. Sorry about that. For the modules, we have the notes, then we have the self-assessments, we have the discussion forum, and we have the parking lot. Notes, you download, read them offline or online, and then come back and attempt the self-assessment questions. These questions are multiple choice questions. You have either select, you have true and false, you have drag and drop, and you choose the correct answer from the options that you're given. And once you're done with the quiz, you just click on submit, and you will be able to see your score. If you're not okay with what you've scored and you know you can do better or you want to give it your best, you can always go back and retake the quiz until you have the best marks that you want. Once you're done with the self-assessment, we have this slot that is the discussion forum. Now, the opposite of the difference between discussion forum and the self-assessment quizzes is that while here you have choices to pick from, the discussion forum, there are no choices. It's a lengthier question that is asked by the facilitator, and then you provide your answers. Also, you will be able to see what the rest of the class are posting in regards to the question that was asked on this discussion forum. Quizzes, you'll only access your own quizzes. So for the discussion forum, if you look at all these activities, there's this section with completion. If you click on it, it tells you that for this activity to be marked complete, that you have completed, what do we require you to have done, or what will the system show that you have completed? If you look at self-assessment, you have to receive a grade. So if you do your self-assessment and there is no grade, that means either you didn't submit or there was a faulty issue, something went wrong, and you're required to go back and finish until you get a grade. If you look at the notes, what do we require of you for you to have completed? It's viewing, which is opening the notes and reading through the notes. If you come to the discussion forum, What do we require of you? Again, it's make forum the reposts. Now I'm explaining how to make the reposts. In a case where you only have one question, yet we require the reposts, it does not mean that you answer that question 3 times. What it means that you give us your first answer to the direct questions that have been asked, and you do that by clicking on the reply button, and then you type in your answer. Once you're done and you're confident with that, you click on post to forum. Now, you've done one post, you have 2 to go. The reason I cannot see, or you will not be able to see what the rest of the participants in the class commented on, is because you yourself have not given a response. But once you give your response here, you're able now to see what everyone else posted on the same. Then because this is a discussion, go read what the other people have written, and maybe you can ask a question. You can add something. If someone left out something and you feel that this could maybe help this person, you can always go back and put in your comment on the same. Now that's how you're going to have achieved the 3 posts. Post number 1 is your first response to the question. Then the other 2 posts, or even 3, or even 4, as many as you can, are going to come from you discussing with the other participants, or you interacting with the content that the rest of the class have posted on the same question. If you have 2 questions, you can decide to give each one of them a response, and then interact with another participant's response, and you'll have completed your 3 posts. Always go through all the questions, and for the learning purposes again. Once you're done with the discussion forum, we have what we call the parking lot, and the parking lot is the direct opposite of the discussion forum. While under the discussion forum, the facilitator is asking you a question and expecting answers from you, or a discussion from you. Now, if there's something throughout the module or the unit that wasn't very clear to you, or something you want raised and discussed during the live sessions like what we're having today, you can post that question under parking lot, so that the facilitator will pick it up, and also some of your classmates can also discuss and give you answers on the same. So that's the opposite of the discussion forum. Then we have what we call the personal reflection journal. You've gone through the entire module or unit. We want to hear what is it. We just want you to reflect, really. And the instructions are well guided under these as well. Then once you're done with that, you proceed to the next module or the next unit. And if you have a look at the same, we have the same activities as the previous module. You do all that all the way to the last module, which is module 4. And after module 4, you will have completed the learning bit or the learning section on this platform. Once you're done now, we proceed to what we call the workplace assignment. Under the workplace assignment, we have a position paper and policy brief. The instructions are well guided within the papers. You just click on them. Again, it's a PDF. It's going to download. Once you've completed your work, you can see there's an upload link, like the name or this icon suggests. This time you're not downloading, it's you now uploading a document. So once you're done with your position paper, again, you'll come click on this link and you'll be able to attach the file and upload the file that is required of you. Once you've completed that bit, we have the end of course evaluation and action plan. Just like the learning assessment, you're going to be to also give us feedback or evaluate the course. And you're also going to have to do the action plan. What is it that you're going to do once you've completed this course and take it back to your workplace? Once you're done with that, you will have completed what is required of you under the learning management system or the LMS. Now I welcome questions and any clarification, and maybe if there's something I've left out, Timothy, feel free to also add in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yvonne, for that. I just want to just briefly go over the discussion forum question again, because this is an area that we usually have a lot of participants having queries on. One thing I'll just mention is this recording for this live session is being done and will be shared on the LMS. So you still will be able to review what we have gone through. But just to mention, the discussion forum questions are questions that have been posted by our facilitators. And these questions really interrogate the sessions that you have gone through during the week. So all the units in Module 1, a question or 2 or 3 will be posted to be able to internalize what you have learned. And you need to be able to answer more or less by typing in your responses in paragraph form. So unlike the self-assessment that are multiple choice questions, here you're going to be able to type in your response and then post it. Now, the requirement for you to successfully complete the discussion is you need to make at least 3 posts. And this is where Yvonne was clarifying that the first initial post usually is you answering the question. Once you have answered the question, you're able to then automatically see responses by your fellow participants. So you'll be able to see, for instance, another senior leader has given a response, you're agreeing to it, you feel you want to even add value to their response, you then go to the bottom of their response and reply to it. By doing this, you will be forming your second post. So now you have made 2 posts, you have at least 1 more to do. So usually you'd find sometimes the facilitators will have posted more than 1 question. And by doing that, by answering all the facilitator questions, you're adding to the number of posts you're doing. But should you find only 1 question has been posted, then you make your proceeding posts by also adding value to the answers that have been given by your fellow participants. At the end of the day, when you have done all 3, the system will indicate and inform you that you have successfully completed and you'll be able to move on. The point of contention or confusion that comes about is where we as participants will make so many posts within the parking lot. The parking lot is an area that allows us to ask questions to the facilitators. So unlike the discussion forum where the facilitators were asking us the questions, here there's something we felt in that module that was not clear, and we want clarity. So when we post on the parking lot, our facilitators will go through those questions. They can answer them within the same parking lot, or during the time we shall have our live sessions at the end of the week, as we shall be told, they'll be able to sample some of those questions and answer them. That way, clarifying the issues that were not clear. So I'm hoping this is clear. However, remember we have our WhatsApp groups, we have our program assistants and the IT teams, so that you can still, interact with us, and we'll be happy to clarify this for you. Thank you for that. I want to hand it over back to CS Ochuka. Karibu, Bwana Ochuka.
Oh, thank you, Team Timothy and our colleague for the brief presentation. I'm believing that now we are more informed about LMS and how it works. But we now want to get to the official opening, and thereafter we could still get back to team in terms of the technical challenges maybe we are having, or question and answer session. So I now move it to Director Ngesa, Director Learning and Development, to take us from here.
Thank you, our honorable delegates. Before we get to the introduction, allow us to play one stanza of the national anthem and one stanza of the EAC anthem. And thereafter, we are going to have a prayer from Madam Frida Nalianya. And then I'll be able to guide you from there. Thank you so much for logging on time.
Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Welcome Madam Frida Nalianya to offer a prayer as we proceed with the program.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this new day and for the opportunity to gather together, even through this online platform. We are grateful for the gift of life and privilege. As we begin this session, we ask for your guidance, wisdom, and clarity of mind. Help our facilitators to share knowledge with insight and purpose, and help us as participants to listen attentively, engage respectfully, and learn from one another. May this time together strengthen our leadership skills, deepen our sense of service, and equip us to serve with integrity, inclusivity, excellence. As we commit to this session, we pray this trusting in the Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Madam Frida Nalianya. Allow me to take this opportunity to appreciate you all and to recognize the chief guest, Professor Noura Mohammed, our KSG Director General, to acknowledge the presence of our Senior Director Academic Affairs, Madam Josephine Mwanzia, and to also acknowledge the presence of our Senior Director Finance and Administration, yes, and Dr. Tom Wanyama, all our directors, deputy directors, HODs who are on board, and the faculty members, the coordinators of all our programs running across the campuses. We appreciate the onboarding that has been going on, and we acknowledge your efforts that have led us to this point where we can have the official opening. Above this, I want to recognize the presence of our esteemed and honorable delegates, our participants in the various SLDP program, SLDP number 514, SLDP number 515, and we have SLDP number 519 that are running in our various campuses located at KSG Mombasa. We have a team from KSG Matuga. We have participants at KSG Embu, participants from KSG Baringo, and of course, the campus where I'm logged on from, KSG Lower Kabete campus. We really appreciate you for choosing to join with the school or to work with the school as we achieve this important agenda of enhancing our strategic leadership development skills so that we can deliver on our organizational mandates, we can deliver on the national agenda, we can deliver on the regional and even the global agenda more effectively. So at this point, I will call upon the directors of the campuses or the deputies who are on board to to just say, to make some remarks, 1 or 2 minutes, as they introduce their groups. And we are going to start with KSG Baringo, Dr. Wesley Kiprop. KSG Baringo has 78 participants in the online SLDP program. Baringo, welcome on board.
Team, good afternoon. And the class SLDP here in Baringo, we are doing well. So let me join you and to welcome all of us to this great session, which will take us to the great heights of understanding the role of leadership. And probably, as you have confirmed, Baringo, we are 78 participants, and I know we'll be able to proceed well, expecting good content from our facilitators. Otherwise, I don't have much to say. I want to say let's have it better and let's enjoy our sessions till end of our programs.
Thank you, Dr.
Geza?
Wesley Kiprop, our director, our campus in the Rift region. Beautiful cottages. We welcome you to sample the beautiful cottages in that particular campus when you come for the face-to-face programs. Asante. We'll go to Director KSG Embu Campus, Dr. Ann Kang'ethe. Karibu sana. Embu Campus has 138 participants on the online SLDP. Karibu, Director. Welcome. Any representative from KSG Embu? Okay, we'll come back to that team as they organize themselves. We go to KSG Matuga Campus. We have our Deputy Director, Mr. Marube. KSG Matuga has 31 participants. Karibu sana, Deputy Director Marube. Or his representative from that campus, kindly. I hope, Matuga, are you on board? Okay, I'll come back to those
Director,
two campuses. Yes, welcome.
Director, sorry, this is, I can see on the charts, Dr. Ann Kang'ethe. I think she has rights. Daktari, kindly try and unmute now. You should be able to speak, please. And
Thank you so much.
Director, I just want to request for the other directors who may have joined with an account, if they can lift their hands, I will be able to give them the right to speak, please. Just lift their hands, I'll be able to give them the mic. Thank you.
Okay, karibu sana, Dr. Ann Kang'ethe, KSG Embu. Welcome, Director.
Okay, so thank you so much, Daktari, Dr. Gesa, and DG directors are present, deputy directors, the staff of the school, and our distinguished SLDP participants. This is Ann Kang'ethe, Director KSG Embu Campus. Let me take this opportunity to welcome you and also to thank you so much for choosing Kenya School of Government. So for Embu Campus, we have SLDP 517, we have A and B, and we are 138 in number. And we look forward to engaging with you and learning more together. It is a time to reflect, a time to think strategically, a time to remodel ourselves, a time to repackage ourselves with the right mindset, skill set, so that we can see the strategic leader and the transformative leader that we envision to do. So welcome and thank you so much for choosing Kenya School of Government. And we look forward to seeing you in Module 5, Values and Character Development. Asanteni sana. Back to you, Dr. Gesa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Director KSG Embu Campus, just on the highway as you head to Meru, just in the outskirts of Embu town. You're welcome to that campus. I will now call upon Deputy Director Marube. I hope you have raised your hand. When Marube, And all of us, we are encouraged to speak so that you're given rights. When you're called upon, just do raise your hands, including the delegates. So, Mr. Marube.
Thank you, Director. Good afternoon, everybody. And as you have already indicated, my name is Dennis Marube, Deputy Director, KSG Matuga Campus. We have 31 participants and 520 of 2026 class. And I believe a number of them are in the program. And my take is that welcome on board. Have the best of you, put your best foot forward in this program, and let us join everyone else in the journey to becoming strategic leaders. Thank you, and back to you, Director.
Thank you so much. Our colleague from Matuga Campus in Kwale County. We'll now go to KSG Mombasa. We have the Deputy Director, Mr. Isaiah Omondi, to make remarks, and that campus has 52 participants. Karibu, Director.
Thank you, Director. Good afternoon. I am Isaiah Omondi, Deputy Director, Mombasa Campus. Welcome to Mombasa. Mombasa is a smiling campus. We are just next to the ocean. We are looking forward to very fruitful deliberations to ensure that we acquire all the knowledge, the skill that's required for us to be effective and efficient leaders. We'll be interacting more during the sessions and also discussion questions and all the activities. And then we are looking forward also when you'll now physically come to the campus for the experiential learning. Thank you, and back to you, Director Dr. Ngesa.
Thank you so much, our Mombasa campus with a very good ultra-modern facility. We welcome you to experience that facility in Kizingo area, just in the neighborhood in Mombasa town. So allow me to introduce the Lower Kabete team that is hosting this program. I am the program director for SLDP, and I want to just acknowledge the smoothness with which we are onboarding and to recognize the presence of 110 participants who are attending the SLDP program at Lower Kabete campus. And allow me to mention that this is where the headquarters is also located, but as a school, we are committed to branding our programs, to ensuring that we not only brand our facilities, but we brand the facilitators and the staff who deliver our programs across the campuses. So rest assured that as you go through the programs, the quality has been standardized and we are all experiencing the same program. And at that particular point, I would want to now welcome our Senior Director, Academic Affairs, Dr. Josephine Mwanzia, who is in charge of the academic programs. With regard to our core mandate, she is in charge of the training, research, consultancy, advisory services, and we have a new kid on the block, programs we call outreach services, which are more cross-cutting. And she's one lady who is very passionate about curriculum design, curriculum review. So this particular program we are going through has gone through several reviews to culminate in the product we are experiencing today. And we continuously revamp our programs to make sure that they respond to the best practices in contemporary times. And she also ensures that the faculty who are delivering the programs are also well packaged to deliver high-level programs of this caliber. So allow me, because we cannot clap, you can just clap your hands with the emoji, to welcome our Senior Director, Academic Affairs, Dr. Josephine Mwanzia, who will take over the program from this point. Karibu sana, Senior Director, Academic Affairs.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ngesa and moderator of the session, for the opportunity. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for the opportunity to provide some opening remarks during this session where we are launching the SLDP online version. I would like to recognize the presence of our senior directors, our campus and institute directors who are present in this forum. And we just want to give our highest assurance to our participants that the Kenya School of Government is committed to support their learning journey and process. I have then, therefore, some points I have written down which I would like to just highlight. And what I'm trying to check whether the DG is on. Dr. Ngesa, have you got some
Director,
information?
proceed with your remarks as I just confirmed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Our Director General, Professor Nura Mohammed, campus and institute directors present, our Senior Director, Finance and Administration, colleagues, facilitators, distinguished participants in SLDP numbers 514, 515, and 519 of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I have the humble duty to welcome you all to Kenya School of Government for Capacity Building in Strategic Leadership Development Program. The program is premiered for its transformative outcomes on public service delivery. And I would like us to note public service delivery as key. We believe that this is the reason you as individuals and corporately as institutions, you have chosen to take this course. So the course is not an end in itself, but rather it is a catalyst that is going to help us grow as public leaders who are responsible for ensuring that our institutions are able to meet the expectations of citizens in terms of enhancing efficiency in service delivery, productivity, and also ensuring that our leadership styles align with expectations of the Constitution, and particularly as leaders of integrity. You may recall, colleagues, that the Cabinet during its sitting in January 21st, 2025, declared the Strategic Leadership Development Program mandatory for officers seeking promotion above Job Group P. It is expected that officers who already have progressed to these administrative and management levels have acquired these skills in the next 2 years. We have actually completed 1 year yesterday, the day before yesterday, and we have 1 year to be able to fulfill and implement this directive by the Cabinet. I know many of us have enrolled in order to acquire these competencies. First, to grow in our careers, and two, to be of use to our institutions in enhancing public service delivery. Allow me to emphasize that the expectation upon us as public officers by the citizens and also by our public institutions in which we belong is very high and also strategic. It is expected that the investments that we are making as individuals and also as institutions give us value in terms of enhanced accountability, strengthened prudence in mobilization and expenditure in public resources, ensuring that the public officers and the citizens receive the services that we provide. And that means we've got to reinforce some of the mindsets that are good, that are well aligned through this process. We also need to challenge ourselves and reflect during the learning sessions to ask very hard questions about what difference will it make for me as an individual to go through this learning? And what difference will it make when I go back to the workplace to deliver services? Is it just going to be business as usual, or will there be value addition? And that means when we engage with such reflections during the learning process, we are able to identify areas where we can improve, areas where we can engineer, areas where we can individually, collectively, jointly, at functional level, at organizational level, at institutional level, at society level, be of great use. And so my challenge to you this afternoon is that let's not take this learning as a usual thing, but rather as an opportunity for us to reflect, to identify areas of improvement, and even to think through solutions or pathways to solutions during the learning and also after the learning. That perspective and the cabinet decision pushed Kenya School of Government to review, as the Director, Learning and Development has already said, the Strategic Leadership Development Program. And in our review, we have enhanced the training content to align with the prioritized priorities in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, the 5 pillars. We have also taken into account factors relating to emerging technologies and artificial intelligence. We have looked at the effectiveness of our training methodologies based on the feedback that stakeholders provide and that participants who have come before you have given us to enhance both the content and the learning methodologies. Just to highlight a few of the areas we have touched to enrich the learning experience for you, we have integrated experiential, interactive, and problem-solving learning methodologies in the delivery design in a manner that complements technology with human interventions. Mr. Kisinga has already talked about self-paced learning methodology, but also live sessions where facilitators and participants are required to physically be present either in the virtual room or on site at the campus or in the campus at the same time. And this is a requirement to fulfill some of the learning requirements for certification. The live forums answer to our physical presence at the same time in the virtual room. Module 5 on values and character development sums up all the lessons that we have learned through the module 1 to module 4. And this module is delivered through experiential learning approaches, and we are required to be physically present and on a residential mode at the campus of enrollment. That is very important for us to know. We have also endeavor to enhance quality of learning and just ensure that we are acquiring the skills and competencies, mindsets, behaviors that project us and position us as public officers who are values driven and whose character speak for the common good. And in that regard, we seek to implement the following aspects besides the experiential learning module on values and character development. In the delivery of the learning, this is online, there will be, all modules will have a convener, and of course, in addition to the coordinator, there will be sharing of experiences by eminent leaders in the public service, as you will see in your timetable. There is examination, and note this. Many have argued that there is no examination in SLDP. I am saying, and just informing us that there is an examination that we will take. And this is through the workplace assignment that will be conducted both at group level and individual level. And this examination is coordinated centrally through the Office of the Senior Director, Academic Affairs. You will get a session where you will be briefed about this assignment. And I will be speaking a little bit in detail about when that workplace assignment will be introduced, the timelines for that workplace assignment. Continual participant engagement with facilitators for quality assurance and supervision of both the team and the individual assignments is very important. So as you go through the workplace assignment, never mind because you are learning at the workplace or you are outside of the campus, it is taken that you are at the workplace. But this workplace assignment, you will be able to complete it within a timeline, which I will speak to later. So, and during this time, we expect that there is continued engagement with your facilitators for the and supervisors for the individual and workplace assignment. We will be reaching out to you in our interest to innovate together with participants in our programs and with public officers to see how best the products that you will be able to create through the workplace assignment and the individual assignment could be enhanced and published into manuscripts. The Kenya School of Government does have a journal, Eastern Africa Journal for Public Affairs, and we also have the KSG Press. We will be reaching out to you to see how we could enhance this and work out innovations through your assignments so that it is not an end in itself, but it is actually occasioning transformation in public service delivery. I spoke about character development learning sessions, which are offered through experiential learning, and that will be residential on the campus of enrollment. We will be able to issue you with a certificate of merit and a transcript upon fulfillment of the learning requirements for the Strategic Leadership Development Program. Note that experiential learning is mandatory and it is a prerequisite and it is in person within the campus. I would reiterate then a component on the timetable that is so important and critical for us. Just for clarity purposes, Mr. Timothy Kisinga had spoken to this, but let me add my voice by saying that the online SLDP starts with 1 week orientation, which is for you this week, ending today, and it is mandatory. This is where we orient ourselves with the learning management system and all the questions and answers on how we continue learning are answered. There is the workplace assignment, which is introduced during the 4th week. And this is very important for both participants and facilitators in this program. It is introduced during the 4th week. The workplace assignment reports are submitted at the end of the 7th week. During the 8th week, module 3 and 4 are covered. The reports are also marked. The presentations on the group assignments are made and the marking of the assignments is also done. That's week 8. On the week 9, which Mr. Kisinga may clarify whether it is indicated on our learning management system, that has the on-campus, on-site experiential learning module on character development, and then even the non-residents will be required to be on campus to complete that experiential learning on-site. I will be able to answer any questions after this that may require some further clarification. But at this point, I just want to emphasize that as public officers, the investment that is made on us or that we make on ourselves if we are self-sponsored to go through this program should bear fruits. And we should prioritize what we call return on investment or return on character. So that when we finish the 8-9 weeks of learning, we have already made a resolve to be change agents through the way we influence service delivery. And that requires individual decisions, individual choices. So the question I ask us at this point is, what choice am I making? What kind of leader do I want to become? And how do I want to influence the people around me? How do I want to influence the resources around me? And this is both human, physical, technological, name it. What kind of personal leadership concept do I want to develop? What kind of legacy do I want to leave? These are questions that we can answer at individual level. And I would urge each one of us to make these questions a motivation for learning. I want to make a call at this point that each one of us opens a learning journal that will help us to reflect throughout the learning process, identify the areas of improvement that we may need to make, the changes we may want to make to become better leaders and influencers in the right way, even to become coaches and mentors of others to ensure that public service is a distinct community of practice where we are identified with certain tenets of practice and, most importantly, leadership. Allow me to make reference to Article 10 of the Constitution that speaks about the national values and principles of governance, and Chapter 6, particularly Article 73, where we are trustees of public interests, and the positions we occupy, we hold them in trust, and we are servants of the people and not masters to lord on them. Allow me also to make reference to Article 232 of the Constitution, where we speak about the values and principles of public service. Diversity, very important. Making decisions that are sustainable and which are inclusive, very important. Sound decisions are very important. I may not speak for so long, but allow me to congratulate each one of you for choosing to build your capacity with Kenya School of Government, particularly in this very important area of strategic leadership. Allow me to wish you all the best in the learning process. The management will be available to answer to your questions, your concerns progressively. And we have a very committed team of directors, deputy directors, facilitators who are going to walk along the journey with us to ensure that we have a very enriching and satisfying experience. We seek to exceed your expectations, and I want to wish you all the best in your learning and Happy New Year 2026. May you have an interactive learning process, and may all the sessions and activities that will be set before you provide you with some value addition, may they respond then to the challenge that you may seek solutions. We see your cooperation, we seek your cooperation with all the facilitators, course coordinators, program assistants, and the school management in general. Finally, we wish you all the best in your learning process. And now, on behalf of Professor Nura, who will be seeking to speak to you at an appropriate time. Currently, he's on transit from our campus in Mombasa. He will be speaking to you at an appropriate time. I would like to declare this Strategic Leadership Development Program online versions number 514, 515, and 519 officially opened. Thank you very much. Back to you, Dr. Ngesa.
Thank you so much. With your permission, our Senior Director, Academic Affairs, thank you for declaring the program officially open, but I just wish, with your permission, to recognize the presence of our Senior Director, Finance and Administration, Dr. Tom Onyama, who is now on board. And for our delegates, we have institutes at the school. In this meeting, we had our Director, E-Learning and Technology Institute, Dr. Engineer Joseph Ndungu. We had Margaret Kenyatta Institute, represented by Madam Betty Gashire. We have the Security Management Institute at the school. This docket is headed by Director Humphrey Mokaya, OGW. And then we have our Institute for Devolution Studies, headed by FCPA, Director FCPA Andrew Rory. And it's good to mention them because they provide a lot of support, like this particular program. The online platform you're learning on, the LMS, is coordinated by our E-Learning Technology Institute. So I wish to recognize all of us. And at this particular point, thank you, SDAA. We are going to invite one of our participants, Mr. Jimmy Wafula. Please, Mr. Jimmy Wafula, raise your hand so that you can be given rights to speak in. He's a participant from SLDP Lower Kabete to give a vote of thanks. And thereafter, Mr. Mohamedur Dahir from SLDP Embu campus will prepare to give a word of prayer. So karibu sana, Mr. Jimmy Wafula, for the vote of thanks. Kissinger, you can unmute him so that he can speak in. He has raised his hand.
Yes, Jimmy Wafula, kindly unmute. You have rights to speak.
Thank you. I hope I'm audible to everybody.
Yes, sir. Please proceed. We can hear you.
Thank you so much. The Director General, Kenya School of Government, Professor Nura Mohammed, distinguished directors of various campuses and institutes, esteemed faculty members, fellow participants, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
On behalf of my fellow participants, I wish to express our sincere gratitude for the opportunity to be part of this strategic leadership development program. We recognize that this 8-week journey represents a significant investment in our growth as public service leaders, and that the competencies we will develop here will be critical in the advancement of our nation's public service delivery. We'll all agree that a country's progress solely depends on its strategic leadership. We are particularly grateful for this experience sharing forum, which provides us with a valuable platform to learn not only from the rich pool of expert facilitators, but also from each other's diverse experiences across different sectors and departments of the public service. It is through such collaborative exchanges that we truly grow and innovate. Ladies and gentlemen, to the Kenya School of Government, Thank you for your commitment to building leadership capacity in our public service. To the facilitators, we appreciate your expertise and dedication. And to fellow participants, I look forward to the insights, discussions, perspectives, and experiences we will be able to share over these coming weeks. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jimmy Wafula, Loa Kabete. We'll now welcome Mohammed Noor Dahir from KSG Embu. Please raise your hand so that you can speak in, and remember to unmute your mic. Kindly unmute the mic. Karibu sana, sir.
Let's pray. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh Allah, we thank you for bringing us together for this noble purpose. Bless this program, its leaders and all participants. Grant us sincerity in our intention, wisdom in our learning, and the strength to serve with integrity and compassion. May the knowledge gained here benefit our community and our nation, and may our effort lead to positive and everlasting impact. Guide our steps, unite our hearts, and grant us success in all that is good. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed Noor Dahir from Embu for that prayer, because as part of leadership, it's good to be inspired, because sometimes these sharings do build our resilience when we appeal to higher beings, to the higher purpose for interventions, even in the midst of leadership challenges. Allow me at this point to appreciate all of us, and we can allow the directors to exit. There was a request that probably Mr. Ochuka wants to make some announcements to this particular group very briefly in another 5-10 minutes. Asanteni sana, and on my behalf and on behalf of the school, we want to wish you an enriching experience as you go through the strategic leadership lessons. At KSG, we believe in feedback. Keep sharing your feedback through your coordinators and the respective officers in our campuses to enable us even serve you better. So karibuni sana. We may exit so that when Mr. Ochuka, in another 3 minutes, you can maybe address the group on behalf of the other coordinators. Thank you so much. Take charge, Mr. Ochuka, as the rest of us exit.
Okay, thank you, Director. To the team, mine will also be very brief. We don't want to keep you here for too long unnecessarily. So I'll just be reiterating some points as one of the coordinators on behalf of all the coordinators. The first one is that you will be required to fill in a pre-assessment form. You'll find it on those platforms. Please complete it. Then only you will be allowed to go into the rest of those module 1, module 2, and so on and so forth. Number 2, please also take note of the requirements for you to complete the course successfully. And they are just 4 bullets. Bullet number 1, discussion and your participation in discussion and assignments. And I think ELDI team had already discussed this. In-person attendance of module 5 is a requirement. You will also have position paper presentation and of course the individual policy briefs. So those conversations will go on moving forward, and hereafter I will encourage you in your groups, whether you are in Baringo A, Baringo B, Embu A, Embu B, in your groups you will have your own meeting to discuss other issues that will help you settle in fast, and perhaps even appoint yourselves in terms of representation and so on and so forth. So I want to invite Timothy, are you there? For any pressing question and answer sessions relating to the technical aspects of this, so that onboarding can move on smoothly. Team ELTI, this is your time.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me, Bwana Ochuka and participants. Hello, please confirm you can hear me, Bwana Ochuka.
Hello, Bwana Ochuka, please confirm you can hear me. Hello.
Team, yes, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you. I was just changing from my headset. Yes. So, participants, what I will do is I will just be able to unmute you if your hand is raised so that you can go ahead and ask a question. There are those questions that are on the chat that I will also be able to try and address. I see Dr. Getanda, your hand is up. I've given you permission. You can unmute your mic, please. Daktari, can you click on the unmute mic? You should be able to speak. Yes, please proceed.
Yes, hello, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to ask some few questions here and there. Now, there is the first part of presentation just before module 1, which was presented and is compulsory. I just wanted just a clarification on the same, because I didn't get it clearly. Then secondly, there is the part of whereby you answer questions, you are not satisfied, and you go back to answer again. So what if the second time I perform poorly? Does the earlier one change? Then thirdly, there is this in-person attendance. Does it mean we will stay in the campus, or you can come from outside and attend? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daktari, for that. I will answer and also allow Bwana Ochuka to answer on the bit of the experiential. So on the part of the self-assessment questions, usually it would record the highest grade that you get. So should you attempt and then the grade you get, for instance, is like 60%, and you feel like you want to give it another shot, and you get 70, and you try again and it gives you 30, then the highest grade is what is usually on the system. So that should not be a problem for you. On the part I think you asked about the introductory part, if I can just mention, once we are given the enrollment codes within our WhatsApp groups, they should allow us to enter them in the respective SLDP program that we are joining. So I think someone asked about how, even on the chat, how do we find our course? And I will just quickly demonstrate. Allow me to share my screen briefly. I hope you can see my screen. So I'm assuming I have logged into the learning management system. This is after successfully registering. So Yvonne showed us that we need to go to categories. This is the top menu. And categories usually would have all the different types of courses that are available on the learning management system. So for SLDP, we fall under the category of executive leadership programs. So I kindly request that you click on executive leadership programs under the categories. And based on the campus that you have been registered through, you will be able to see the different SLDP programs that are available. So if I am, for instance, in Matuga, I am in Matuga. This is the MA SLDP 520. If I'm in Mombasa, Mombasa is MO SLDP 514. So I believe in your WhatsApp groups and even in the communication with the program assistants, they will be able to indicate the number of the course that you are joining. Because if I'm in Matuga, SLDP 520, the enrollment code that I am given will not work if I try and join the Baringo, the BA SLDP 518 for cohort B. So the enrollment code that you will be given will work exactly only on the course that you are entitled to join in. So for instance, if I am now in Matuga 520, I will come and view the course. And after I view the course, it will give me an option to enter the enrollment code. Once I click on enroll, I will then be able to access the program. So this is very key. Our program assistants will be sharing the enrollment code, and that code is what is going to allow us through the different categories to find our course. One thing, let me just take us back quickly. I just wanted to mention, if for instance, you don't want to scroll through all the programs, you can quickly search for it. So if I know the number is 514, if I type 514 and press enter, it filters and allows me to only see the program that I am looking for. And that is where I'll be able to join and enroll. I hope that answers your question, Daktari, as I seek to get some other questions. Maybe I can quickly go to Lucy. Lucy, you can unmute and please ask.
Yes, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for the opportunity. I have two questions or issues. One, on the discussion forum, we have been told that we have to do 3 forum posts where we do the initial and then we do 2 follow-up. And the follow-up are dependent on participants interacting with your response. So in case you do the initial post and nobody interacts with your posts, what happens? And then number 2, I have not been able to register my name on the chat. It has been saying that it's not available. The chat is inactive, that is. So I don't know how you will assist me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Madam Lucy. That is noted. Don't worry about the attendance. We still will be able to get the attendance list of everyone who is in this meeting. So don't worry about the chat. Maybe I can just say, as I allow Bon Ochuka to answer the question that I left out for Daktari on the experiential, is that the questions in the discussion forum, if you answer the initial post and any other participant answers, they don't have to be what I can say. I don't know if I got your question right, but they don't have. There's no link per se. So all the answers are independent, and whatever answer you pick from any participant will still form account to your posts. I don't know if I'm making myself clear. And at times yes.
Let me clarify. I have made the initial post.
Yes.
Then participants are supposed to engage with my response so that I can do the follow-up, or did I get it wrong?
Yes. So what happens is participants are also going to fill in their initial posts. For you to be able to do your second post, you will be able to see any participant who has done their initial post. So you don't have to wait for them to respond to yours. Yours, they will respond to it for them to also have made their second post. So for you, as soon as you've done the initial post, you will see all the other participants who have made their initial posts, and then you can respond to them to form your follow-up posts. So it's not dependent on someone responding to yours for you to be able to proceed. I hope that's a bit clear.
Yes, that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we allow Elizabeth and Jackie, Bona Ochuka, Daktari initially had asked about the experiential. If you could please address that.
Oh, what was the question again? My internet has been up and down.
All right. Daktari, if you're here.
Yes. Okay, thank you. The question was the in-person experience. Are we going to stay within campus or one can come from out as a scholar?
No, you will stay in the campus.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Elizabeth, your hand was up. Kindly unmute and then proceed to ask. Elizabeth, if you can hear me, just yes, please proceed.
Okay, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, maybe you can speak a bit.
Okay, I wanted to ask for the, okay, we were choosing campuses, some of us without knowing the impact. So given that the experiential learning will be residential, is it possible to change campuses to get a transfer, like from Matuga to Luakabete?
Bonochuka, I think I'll leave that one to you.
I would encourage you to resolve it with the campus coordinator, but it's not impossible. It is possible. Thank you.
Thank you. So Elizabeth, through the course coordinator, you can have that conversation and see how you can be assisted. Jackie, kindly ask your question.
Okay, thank you so much for the time you've been with us. I just wanted to get a clarification now. Week two, between 26 and 29, before we have the virtual meeting, the virtual class. Are there assignments that are going to be posted as per what you've just guided us on, so that you work on it as per the week program? Thank you.
Thank you for that, Jackie. Yes, so during the week of the 26th, you are expected to go through the material on the LMS. Once you have access to Module 1, you'll have access to all the notes, the self-assessment questions, which you can actually go through, and the facilitators will have posted discussion forum questions. So before the end of the week, you will have interacted with all the content and even hopefully answered the question in readiness for the end of week like review, or so that you can be able to even interact positively with the facilitators because you have actually engaged with the material.
Thank you.
Most welcome. I see, let's just take a few more. I can see Enoch. Enoch, kindly ask your question.
I had something like an exam. Do you have an exam?
I believe our SDA mentioned we do have an activity that we are going to have to do to successfully complete this program. I think that is going to be explained in due course. We have the group activity and individual activity as well. So I think that information will be given through our different campus coordinators. But I believe let's not think of it as the SMC exam for now, but it is an activity that requires to be done and successfully submitted. Kevin, your hand is up. Kindly proceed.
Thank you. I have a question in regards to admission. So at the point of application, I applied and had also selected non-resident in terms of the accommodation. But right now I've been admitted to EMBU or registered in EMBU, and I hear it's supposed to be resident. I need clarification on whether this has additional cost to it or how to go about it.
Thank you, Kevin. Bonochuka, were you able to get that? I think it's in line with the admissions to the EMBU SLDP.
Sorry, I think that's a specific case that can be handled on a case by case. So I encourage you to get in touch with the campus coordinator, raise it. I'm sure there'll be a solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Remember, in our WhatsApp groups, we have contacts for our program assistants and course coordinators who are at hand to be able to help us sort out any issues we may have. Bernard, please go ahead. You can unmute and speak. Thank you.
Bernard speaking. Just a clarification. I applied for SLDP Kabete campus, but I can see the code is for Baringo. Maybe a clarification on that.
Bernard, when you registered, where did you get your enrollment code from? Did you get it from one of the WhatsApp groups that was created, or was it shared through another avenue?
No, one of the WhatsApp group that was created, and I was added in that WhatsApp group.
Okay, so what we can do is I'll request maybe as we conclude that you are in the WhatsApp group. Please contact the course coordinator within that group. That's something that we can be able to sort out. As I said by Bonochuka, the case by case issues like that we will be able to resolve. I don't think it's something that should worry you for now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Nelly, before I go to the chat and see if there are any questions, please. Nelly, you can unmute. Or as you do that, I think I see Anam. Anam, sorry, I think I may have skipped you. Are you able to unmute and speak, please?
Yes, please. I have a question concerning discussion questions. Maybe you have been given one question and you are supposed to give 3 posts. What I understood is that you answer the question, then you will be able to get the replies from other participants. So what will you do for the second post? Are you going to reply from what others have been able to give? And then what about the third post? In case the questions are 2, are you going to answer those 2 questions and then you give a third post by answering what other people have given out? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anam. Yes, so as we are saying, to be able to answer or to post preceding posts after your initial one, what will happen is the system opens up and allows you to see responses from fellow participants. So you're at liberty to go through them, read them, and pick any at random that resonates with you. Maybe you want to add value to it, you want to agree with their point of view, you want to have a discussion with that. So you will open that response by your fellow participants and click on reply under their post. And then you will reply by typing in your post, and then you will now post it. That forms your second. For your third, fourth, and fifth, you'll just do the same thing. You look for any other post from a fellow participant, respond to it, add value to it, and you will have made at least your 3 posts or more. So as I had said earlier, your initial post is what is most important. When you're starting, you will not see any other posts from fellow participants. You will not see them because it waits for you to do your initial post, and then it will now open up and you can see what your fellow participants are saying, how they're also engaging with the same question. And so this becomes more of an interactive activity. So I hope that is clear, Anam.
It's clear. What about when 2 questions are given out?
So if let me even give you an example. let's say you have a discussion forum where you have 3 questions posted by the facilitators. You can go ahead and answer all 3 of them. They'll have qualified you to have posted at least 3. And that does not stop you from still interrogating the other posts by fellow participants. So what is very important is actually interacting with the facilitators' questions, because these questions are based on the content that we have just read in that module from the different units. So I'll encourage us as much as possible. Let us answer all the questions that have been posted by the facilitators, and then for the fellow participants, those follow-up posts are just to add value and also for interactivity. I hope that is clear for us. Just before I go into the chats to see for any questions, and I don't have to take too much time, Jonathan, your hand is up. Kindly unmute, and then you can proceed to ask your question.
Okay, my question is, I think as some people are saying, you find that someone had applied in another campus and they have been placed in another one. So my question now comes, when it comes to certificate collection, how do you do it? Because I think I did SMC online, and when it reached a point of collection, I was told that I have to go to the campus, yet the distance from where I was to the venue was quite, there was a very much difference. So I don't know whether it still applies now.
Thank you for that, Jonathan. I'm going to allow our Senior Director Academic Affairs to respond to that. Dr. Kindly unmute.
Thank you, Kisinga, and thank you, Jonathan. And there was somebody else who had asked the same question earlier. Allow me to say that, yes, there were applications that were made through various campuses. And this, from an administrative point of view, when it comes to learning online, it's just because our campuses are cost centers. Otherwise, the learning management system is the same, the content is the same, the facilitators, the quality of the facilitators within the school is the same. So probably where we could make considerations is in terms of, if I want to collect my certificate at Lower Kabete, that request can be made and we just preserve it for you there and you collect it there. There's no problem. But the question of why does my code read Baringo and not Nairobi, because I applied through Nairobi campus. Of course, for maintaining quality in the learning management system, we always look at the numbers and try to distribute them across cohorts so that we are giving quality learning and ensuring that the interactive problem-solving methodologies that we are using are bearing positive learning results, so that we don't have large classes of 200 people. Like I can see, this online is, right now we have 263 online. If we were to allow Lower Kabete, for example, to run that class alone, then it would mean the facilitators in Lower Kabete are overwhelmed. So because our facilitators are distributing across the campuses, then we divide the numbers into manageable cohorts so that there is proper interaction and more effective learning amongst the participants. There is that cross-pollination of learning through interactive processes where we are interacting with the content, we are interacting with the questions and the live fora. We are interacting with the notes. We are interacting as participants. We are interacting with the facilitators, interacting with ourselves, and even going further to research with the content online where we have been guided to do so. And we also interact with them in the live sessions as explained earlier. So it's more of an administrative process and ensuring that we give you an enriching learning experience that is going to help you grow in your leadership capacity. That's how I would address that. So in that regard, where campuses had received huge numbers that may compromise the learning processes and the qualities, we were able to share them across campuses. And that shouldn't be really an issue for us. We will get the value for our investments. Thank you. Back to you, Kisinga.
Thank you, SDA. And I can see you have actually answered a majority of the chat questions that were in regard to that. I think maybe what some are asking is, so if they have been moved, does it mean the experiential, they will go to the campus in which they are now learning in, SDA?
Yes. Yes, we will expect them to get an enriching experience. We will expect them to go to the campus they are learning in. But if there is a need for one to transfer, then as CS Ochuka answered earlier, that can be processed on a case-to-case basis, and that shouldn't be an issue.
Thank you for that, SDA. I think we have gotten clarity on that. I can see all the questions may have been answered. I don't see any hands. I want to hand it back to CS Ochuka. Thank you.
Mine is to just wind it up by thanking everybody who has been this patient. Welcome to Kenya School of Government. Have a very beautiful weekend. Happy and prosperous 2026. Thank you. You're free to leave.